Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from God. And today we are discussing such a very crucial and wonderful subject, looking at the qualities to be sought in a prospective wife. Welcome to One Truth, and thank you for joining me today. And here we will keep you motivated and encouraged. If you are joining us for the first time, we are going through such a very wonderful book looking at Adventist home. And in here, we are looking at the building of the families. As we'll be looking at this subject, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe. Share with me your thoughts on the comment section. That will be greatly appreciated. And lastly, to give us a like. As we have already looked at the book of Proverbs 18, verse 22, saying that, "Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing." But now we have to differentiate and look what is a wonderful and what is a wife that is coming from the Lord and what is a good wife. So this is what we are going to be looking at the qualities. So as I have already said that we will be going through Adventist home, we are looking at that. Let a young man seek one to stand by his side, who is fitted to be a share of life's burdens, one whose influence will enable and refine him, and who will make him happy in her life. A prudent wife is from the Lord. The heart of a husband doth safely trust in her. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. If we can evaluate the experience of David when he was coming, breathing fire, here we find the experience of Abigail. She finds him, and the way how she treated him, she humbled himself to him. And when David looked at that, he felt like a king. And as a result, he was softened from what he wanted to accomplish. And then he had to reface his decision because looking at the wonderful wife, Abigail. So if you are contemplating marriage, I will say it is important that you don't get married if you don't know the experience of Abigail. Who was Abigail? And what kind of an influence did she have in that time when David was breathing fire? So we look at that, a wonderful wife. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praiseth her. How many husbands are crying of their wives that they don't appreciate them? How many husbands are crying out there, looking at that their wives don't respect them? Where is this coming from? And also looking at this deadly parasite, which is the 50-50, which is here to kill the families. It is affecting a lot. And the people, we tend to embrace it, not realizing that it is killing your marriage. And you will say that the people have bewitched your husband. While east, you are the one that is not competent enough to reveal Christ in each and everything that you do. So as we look at this 50-50, women have become so independent in a way that they say they don't need a man. Man is just a bonus. They are there, they can do whatsoever that they feel it is best for them, but they don't realize that in so doing, they are killing their marriages. So it is important that we evaluate and see what is best. So as we continue further, we're looking at that the husband, he prays here, saying that many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excelled them all. How wonderful this is if you are a wife and your husband is praising you this way, saying that of all the daughters out there, Of all the women that I have found, you excel them all. So it all starts in the heart. He who gains such a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from of the Lord. Here are things which should be considered. Will the one you will marry bring happiness to your home? Let's pay closer attention to that. This is a question that one has to ask himself. And sometimes people who are in the verge of getting married, they are driven by infatuation. They don't realize what love is. So love is none other than a principle. So as we look at this, these are the very vital points that needs to be considered. Will the one you marry bring happiness in your home? One time I was talking to this pastor, he just came to me out of the bloom as I was in missionary school, and he says to me, when it comes to the time of marriage, you should marry the one that will uplift you spiritually. You don't have to marry someone who is too low, that will forever drag you down. Because someone who is down, he has got so much force and he's got so much power to drag you down. So you have to make sure that you get someone that is at your level when it comes to spirituality. And I've often seen that it really plays a very big role. So looking at this, is she an economist, or will she, if married, not only use all her own earnings, but all of yours to gratify a vanity, a love of appearance? So looking at that, you prepare each and everything, and you will not use all the earnings. And at the end of the day, you are left with nothing. So when you look at marriage, it's something that needs to be prepared enough, and something that you have to be done all the necessary preparations, not that you just enter in hastily and as a result, at the end of the day, you come crying. So as we look at this, are her principles correct in this direction? Has she anything now to depend upon? I know that the mind of a man infatuated with love and the thoughts of marriage, these questions will be brushed away as though they were of no consequence. I was talking to one brother and he was telling me about he's really looking forward to get married. And as I was sharing with him, I was asking him, like, you have to consider this. You have to make sure that this, even if you have already bought what you have bought in here, you have to know that when the wife comes, she will want to change everything because she wants to have power. And you have to make sure that you are ready for that. And now, when it comes to finances, you have to make sure that each and everything that you have planned, you have to at least have something for that will cover you for 6 months. That if anything goes wrong, you are able to manage it. And also, when it comes to finances, you have to make sure that you come in and you bring in, this is what we have. Are you going to let your wife to work, or you want her to be a housewife? You have to consider that if she becomes a housewife, will you be able to sustain her in a way that she will not end up thinking about back home where she used to be given everything? So now, if you are saying that you want to marry her, you have to consider all those aspects. And also, you have to put the money on the table to say, sweetheart, this is the money that we have for the month. And let's plan our budget. What is that we need? And if we have to take 70%, you bring it there, and then you say, okay, I've taken out my tithe, you have taken out the tithing, and you are left with this money that we have, and then you share. You say, okay, I will have to get this 1,000 rand. I'll also get this 1,000 rand. You have to go and buy your own things because there are other things that she needs. And also, you have to make sure that everything that will sustain you as a family is there, it is enough. Now you are looking at that, you are at work, and if she is not temperate enough, or she doesn't use things wisely, you are there. Imagine you are on top of the ladder there and you see a message coming on your phone, 1,000 has been cashed out at ShopRite or wherever. You will fall on top of the ladder because you will be thinking, this is the only money that I have saved and she has used everything. You have to consider all those aspects to make sure that you are ready, and most importantly, be prepared mentally. It is important to prepare mentally, prepared physically, be prepared also in each and every way that you are there to give support. So, looking at this, it is very important that you're not supposed to be driven by infatuation. But these things should be duly considered, for they have a bearing upon your future life. In your choice of a wife, study her character. Will she be the one who will be patient and painstaking? Or will she cease to care for your mother and father at the very time when they need a strong son to lean upon? And will she withdraw him from their society to carry out her plans and to suit her own pleasure and leave the father and mother, who instead of gaining an affectionate daughter, will have lost a son? It is very crucial, and most of the times we tend to look down upon these points, and as a result, at the end of the day, we find people crying. So it is important to study the character of the one that you are looking forward to get married to. As I always say, if you are a young man, you have to check if she does respect her father. The way how she treats her father, that's the very same way that she is going to treat you and also your parents or whomsoever will need help in time of need. And also, as we look at this, it is very important that we make sure that the ones that we want to get married to are the people that are going to uplift us spiritually. Let those who are contemplating marriage weigh every sentiment and watch every development of character in the one with whom they think to unite their life destiny. Let every step toward a marriage alliance be characterized by modesty, simplicity, sincerity, and an earnest purpose to please and honor God. Marriage affects the afterlife, both in this world and in the world to come. A sincere Christian will make no plans that God cannot approve. So if we can evaluate this man by the name Samson, he comes to his parents and he says to them, I have seen a woman in the daughters of Timnah. And then the parents, they say to him, is there no any other daughter that you can find among our brethren? And he says, go and get here for me, for she pleaseth me well. That is the only thing that he considered, and did not realize that he is putting himself in danger. And we know the experience of Samson. He ended up losing his eyesight because of choosing the wrong companion. Now, as we evaluate looking at the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, here we are looking at the virtuous woman, the praise and properties of a good wife. It says on verse 10, Proverbs 31, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of a husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh the wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She raiseth also while it is yet night, and the meat giveth meat to her household, and her portion to her maidens. She considereth a field, and buying it. With the fruit of her hands she pleaseth, she planteth a vineyard. She getteth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her kingly goeth out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. Yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow or for her household, for all her household and clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry, her clothing, not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. Her husband is known in the gates. when he sitteth among the elders of the land. She maketh the fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuous, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of your hands, and let your own works praise her in the gates. How wonderful this is as we are looking at the virtuous woman, that she excelleth them all. So we are looking at that. This needs to be prepared. And one who wants to have a virtuous woman, you should also be already be someone that is the best. You don't have to only want the best whilst yourself you are not the best and you are not offering the best. So as I was sharing with this brother talking about marriage, I was saying to him, you have to also make sure that now if you used to budget 3,000 rand for food, now you have to make sure that you put in more extra. You don't have to expect that you are going to eat the very same food that you used to eat, because now you are looking at that you have got someone. And also, if you used to eat like 1,000 now you have to triple it, because you know that even also other people, they will come to visit. And as they come to visit, they know that now there is a wife, and she can't just sit on top of her hands and not prepare something for the visitors. And now you have to make sure that everything is ready enough that when these other people, you are not going to cry. So it is important that we evaluate where we are going and what is that we need in a woman. On our next live stream, we will be talking about the qualities of a prospective husband. For you not to miss out, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and then by the time we get online or we get live, you will be immediately get notified. And lastly, if you haven't subscribed, what are you still waiting for? Make sure that you do subscribe. That will be greatly appreciated. And also, lastly, to give us a like and share us your thoughts on the comment section. God bless.